Hi Ryan, based on our past video, viewers are actually asking if you have any examples of clients that went through the Mercedes concept with you.
Hold on, let me think. Maybe I share with you this case. This couple actually came to me about 15 years ago. Back then, they are around maybe 27 years old. And they came to my HDB near Jurong Point. At that time, the 4-bedroom is around maybe 500 over 1,000. That was their first property back then. Came over, they bought it. Fast forward about 4 years later, they actually called me up again. Ryan, is there any opportunity? So what happened is that I met them 1 year before the MOP, and I go through the finances with them. So after going through the financial check, we realized that it is very tough for them to upgrade to a private property. So I asked them, do you consider getting an EC instead? Have you obtained your Singapore citizenship? They say, oh, actually they are thinking of doing that. Why not we give it a try? Fast forward around 6 to 9 months later, they gotten their citizenship. And just coincidentally, the MOP also ends after 5 years. So they decided to commit an EC. Back then, the 4-bedroom EC is about 980,000. So they moved in 2016 and they sold off their HDB back then. Then surprisingly, 5 years later, they fully paid their EC. Can you imagine that? 5 years, they fully paid 980,000. Amazing. So they asked me again, hey, Ryan, I wanted to upgrade to a better location, EC or private. Is it possible? I told them, no, EC cannot, only private. So let's say you want to buy a private, and I go through the financial calculation and I realize that if they're going to buy a location that is more prime, they will have to settle down with a smaller unit, which they are unable to do so because by then, they have 2 kids already, the parents are staying with them, it's impossible for them to go down to a smaller size. So currently they are staying in 4 bedrooms. So I asked them, are you comfortable with your current place? They said, okay, actually they love the place, they have a lot of memories to that. So I suggest to them, why not we do this? Stay put, continue to stay in the EC and do a decoupling instead.
Wait, Ryan, let me cut you off a little bit. So you were talking about decoupling. So what's actually decoupling? Because some of our viewers might ask. Can you explain more, like a brief introduction about what decoupling is?
Oh, sure. Okay. A lot of people thought that decoupling is actually divorce. It's wrong. So in basic, this is actually a transfer of share from one owner to the other owner through a selling and buying process. It is just a selling and buying, but within the property itself. It is a huge topic. Probably I'll cover in the next video. But let's come back to the current case, where just now we talked about this husband and wife owning a 4-bedroom condo in Forestville. Did I mention Forestville? But anyway, they bought Forestville EC. So back, they decided to upgrade to a private property. So now what they did is the husband actually sell off the share to the wife, who is a PR, and the husband actually free off the name to buy another private property under his own name and saving on the ABSD. Once Forestville obtained the MOP, so what they did, they actually free off already. The husband went to buy landmark, a 2-bedroom landmark at around 1.7 million back then. Fast forward almost 3 years, this year it will hit the 3rd year mark. The property is valued at around 2 million already, which is going to TOP soon, and they are looking to sell it off and reinvest into a bigger unit.
And to sum this all up, right? So we have heard of things from you. So based on your client's current progression, are you okay to actually do a comparison between their current progress versus if they were to stay put in their HDB and not make any move 10 years ago?
And this is a simple breakdown, okay, of the timeline as well. So in 2015, they actually bought Forestville at 980,000, and they bought a post-launch, and in 2016, they shift into their EC and they sold off their HDB at about 500,000. Then in 2022, they did a decoupling and they went to buy a landmark 2-bedroom at about 1.68 million thereabout. Then in 2025, we look at the recent transaction. 4-bedroom Forestville is already transacted at 1.7 million, whereas landmark 2-bedroom is already transacted at 2.05 million. So the overall portfolio they are holding is around 3.7 million. And they have a potential gain of it's more than 1 million in fact. So let's say today they are to do nothing. That means back then in 2015 they did nothing. Back then the value is about 500,000. Then in 2025, this is the latest transaction. It's the same. It's actually cost is actually more than 1 million. It equates to almost 100,000 a year. How many of you can save 100,000 a year?
Okay, hope you have enjoyed our video. So if you have any content ideas or any questions that you want to ask, drop us a message and then we'll see you in our next video.